It's time for the end of the show. I've always known, and I already know. It's time for the end of this show. And that's why the river waves hello. Hello. That's why the currents wave hello. Hello. Nothing's really funny when the river waves hello. My life will be brighter, and the sun would shine, and everything would be just fine. The flowers would blossom, the currents would wave hello. I would wake up and feel okay. The sky would never be cloudy, it was never gray, and it would never rain. But in my life, it's the opposite. It rains all the time. It storms, but it changes color, and then I remember when I see the river wave. Hello, I remember. It's time for the end of this show. 'Cause nothing's really funny about it. Not when I did what I did. That's why the river says hello. Because I already know, and I've always known. That's why I hope it lets it go and forgives me for everything. Because I was never flower, not even a dandelion. I could never, and that's why I hope I'm forgiven. That's why the river waves hello. Hello. Woo. It's time for the end of this show. I've always known, and I already know. It's time for the end of this show, and that's why the river waves hello. Hello. That's why the currents wave hello. Nothing's really funny when the river waves hello. Hello. It's time for the end of this show. I've always known, and I already know. It's time for the end of this show, and that's why the river waves hello. Hello, that's why the currents wave hello. Nothing's really funny when the river waves hello. My life would be brighter and the sun would shine, and everything would be just fine. The flowers would blossom, the currents would wave hello. I would wake up and feel okay. The sky would never be cloudy, it was never gray, and it would never rain. But in my life it's the opposite. It rains all the time, it storms, but it changes color, and then I remember when I see the river wave hello. I remember it's time for the end of this show. 'Cause nothing's really funny about it. Not when I did what I did. That's why the river says hello. Because I already know, and I've always known. That's why I hope it lets it go and forgives me for everything. Because I was never a flower, not even a dandelion. I could never, and that's why I hope I'm forgiven. That's why the river waves hello. It's time for the end of this show. I've always known, and I already know. It's time for the end of the show, and that's why the river waves hello. Hello, hello. That's why the currents wave hello, hello. Nothing's really funny when the river waves hello. My life would be brighter and the sun would shine, and everything would be just fine. The flowers would blossom, the currents would wave hello. I would wake up and feel okay. The sky would never be cloudy, it was never gray, and it would never rain. But in my life it's the opposite. It rains all the time, it storms, but it changes color. And then I remember when I see the river wave hello. I remember it's time for the end of this show, 'cause nothing's really funny about it, not when I did what I did. That's why the river says hello, because I already know, and I've always known. That's why I hope it lets it go. Forgive me for everything, because I was never a flower, not even a dandelion. I could never, and that's why I hope I'm forgiven. That's why the river waves hello. Oh, it's time for the end of the show. Oh, I've always known, and I already know. It's time for the end of this show, and that's why the river wave hello, 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 hello. That's why the currents wave hello, hello. Nothing's really funny when the river waves hello. It's time for the end of this show. I've always known, and I already know it's time for the end of this show, and that's why the river waves hello, hello. That's why the currents wave hello, hello. Nothing's really funny when the river waves hello. My life would be brighter and the sun would shine. Everything would be just fine. The flowers would blossom, the currents would wave hello. I would wake up and feel okay. The sky would never be cloudy, it was never gray, and it would never rain. But in my life is is the opposite. It rains all the time in storms, but it changes color. And I remember when I see the river wave hello. I remember it's time for the end of this show, 'cause nothing's really funny about it now when I did what I did. That's why the river says hello, because I already know and I've always known. That's why I hope it lets it go and forgives me for everything, because I was never a flower, not even a dandelion. I could never, and that's why I hope I'm forgiven. That's why the river